Fantastic.
Eh,
We're recording. It took us a little bit of effort because this is the first time that we made Houston be the one who's recording stuff because we're having some tech issues, but he's recording now and it's very exciting. Okay. That
all
was my
right.
song. Do you like my song?
I did like
Hopefully
your
not.
song.
Oh, really? I didn't like
Yeah,
my
it was
song.
cool.
I felt like I started this song and it was of high quality and then it just sort of it like slowly digressed. It was
Yeah, I
just like
mean,
a
but like
and then went
that's how all of the songs that you kind of like start singing, you just like kind of
mm.
start and you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm really feeling it. And then after like a line, you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
And then you're just sort of like you're in it and you're already invested.
Yeah,
So you just gotta like finish it out
yeah,
strong, even though you know in deep inside that it was just so not good. But you
right.
just gotta finish it.
You have
It's
to
part of
finish.
the you gotta do it.
You
You
have to
gotta
do
do it.
it.
Because if you start a song and then you just sort of like shrivel up into a cow and refuse to finish,
Yeah,
you look like a shriveled cow, and that's
you're a
not ideal.
weakling.
You're a
No,
weakling. You're
like
weak. Yeah.
Donald J. Trump, who's no
Like
longer
Donald J. Trump,
president.
who's no longer president. Let's go. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
All right. So,
Yes.
in prior versions of this episode, we took a breath. Do we want to
We
do
took a
that
breath.
again?
So okay, we have to understand. This is like the sixth time that we've tried to record this.
Sick. This is the third time we've been trying to record this.
All right, Houston.
Don't be dramatic.
All right, fine. Third time we've been trying to record this because we've been having some technical issues. Okay. Yeah. And it's not ideal. It's not ideal. So if there are more technical issues and you experience the experiences of the technical issues with us, just know that however much frustration you're having with it, we are having 6 times, admittedly only 3 times, but I'm going to say 6 times more frustration than you are. Because, okay. Yeah, that's how it's. Actually, no, we are having 6 times more frustration because there's 2 of us. And 3 times 2 is 6. That's how 6 works.
Oh my god, that's math.
So really, I was right. That's how math
insane.
works. Yeah.
Wow.
Assuming you're not watching with a friend. If you're watching with a friend, you have to make them also like and subscribe with a different account.
Oh
because
yeah.
Otherwise,
sure.
we don't get the double view. You know? Yeah. Okay. So actually, all things being equal, you should probably just get your friend to also watch us on a different computer.
Or just share it with them. Share it with your friends.
Share it with them. Share it with them. You should be socially distanced anyway, even if it's like your direct family, because it's important for society.
Right.
So yeah, you should definitely share it. Okay. Today is the inauguration.
It is.
We have a new president. Obviously, the old president was not there at the inauguration because he's a piece of shit and a coward. Also, obviously, the old president is currently was already impeached, is about to go to the Senate about whether or not he should be allowed to run for president, most importantly, and also get like a stipend and shit. But whether he should be able to run for president in 24, all of that is important. Also, like there was a fucking revolution, and we've already had one episode on the revolution, but honestly, the revolution might deserve more than one episode. To be fair,
we recorded a second one. Also, we haven't released it yet. We should probably do that.
Oh, that's true. We should probably do that.
Yeah,
yeah, that one was. Yeah, that's a fair point. That might be important. You've convinced me that is a legitimate thing to be concerned and like to talk about. But like, yeah, there's like all of this shit that's going on in the world, in the ethos of society, and we're going to talk about absolutely none of that. Instead, what we're going to talk about is Turning Point USA. Why?
Woo!
Because I like money, and they seem to have a lot of money, and I want their money to be my money.
Right.
Okay. So here's my master plan. All right. Obviously, my goal in life, right, is to be a politically advantageous component of the left, right? Sure. Specifically of Georgism, specifically of left libertarianism, right? I want to ensure that society, which is right now up here in the authoritarian right framework of society, I want to go boom and pull us down here to the left libertarian framework of society. Just like a you know, that's what we need to do. Okay. But in order to do that, I need money. So here is my proposal to you, Houston. I think the 2 of us should start practicing such that we can get a job at Turning Point USA because they have a lot of money. And once we're at Turning Point USA, we will both pull Turning Point USA from being literal fascist to just being like bad conservatives. Okay. Right now they're literal fascists. I want them to be bad conservatives.
Right.
Okay. That's my goal for them while we're there. Also, we're going to make a bunch of money. And when we get a bunch of money, then what we're going to do is we're going to go off on our own And then we're going to pull everyone, including our right-wing audience, down with us.
Right.
Because the dark side has cookies. But their side, well, let's see what their side has. We're about to watch a tour.
That was a smooth transition.
Wasn't that so smooth?
Oh my
I'm so
God.
fucking smooth.
Wow.
Right? Wasn't
That's
that so
insane.
smooth? Yeah, I was very proud of that.
Well, okay.
Okay, let's watch. I'm the one who's sharing.
Yeah, you have to do it.
We've had a bunch of iterations of what exactly we're going to do. We're going to share the sound. I'm going to share the sound. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
This is a virtual tour with Alex Clark, who is a member of their staff.
Hi, I'm Alex Clark, and you're here at the Bill and Rebecca Dunn Freedom Center,
I still hate her voice.
Turning Point USA.
Okay, for context, all of the audience probably also hates her voice because her voice is admittedly extraordinarily annoying. But understand that we hate her voice 3 times more than you because this is the 3rd time that we've seen it in the case of Houston. And I hate her voice like 4 times more because I watched this last night. In fact, I watched not only this, but I watched her show Poplitics. Poplitics.
No.
The name of the show is Poplitics. P-O-P-Litics. It's awful.
Is it popular politics?
The whole idea is she's going to talk about like Hollywood and shit, but she's going to talk about it without the propaganda, which means that it's going to be right-wing propaganda. Yeah, so that's who she is. God. That's who Alex Clark is, and she's going to show us their office. First, let us point out that this is a very pro-car office. You'll notice that where she's standing right now is a drive-through, a fucking drive-through, okay?
Ew.
No, fuck that. It's gross.
Ew.
No acceptable buildings have drive-throughs.
Wait, Jonah, if we're trying to get a job at Turning Point, should we really be slandering
You're right.
Point?
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. It's wonderful and good that they have a drive-through. Let us continue.
I really like her voice. It's soothing and makes me feel good.
It's soothing and okay. This is unironic. I do like her headband. Her headband is more stylish.
It's a good headband.
Her headband is more stylish than is my headband.
Sure.
So like, let's give her credit for that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's give her credit.
That's a good outfit. It's a cute outfit.
High quality. It's a cute outfit. It is.
Yeah, you got the pink headband, the jeans. It's good.
Okay. We're setting the scene. Looks a little bit like a dentist office.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit like a dentist office. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe that we actually started here at this little garage in Lamont, Illinois? We've grown so much that Turning Point is now headquartered right here in Phoenix, Arizona.
We started our podcast.
Phoenix, Arizona?
We started our podcast in this little bedrooms. I mean, I'm in my bedroom. I don't know where you are. Where are you? Are you in your you're in your bedroom, right?
Kind of.
I don't know what this
I'm in a bedroom in my house. It's not the bedroom that I grew up in.
Interesting.
But I've kind of taken over the 3rd floor guest bedroom because I have my bed and then my workspace. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I support this.
And our organization rivals any other in the conservative movement. Let me show you why. This is our Burke family executive boardroom. Let's see who's inside. It's the events team. What do you
Oh my God, the events team.
It's the events team. I love the events team. I'm a big fan of the events team. I like how I really like these like staged walkthrough things.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see what's on people's screens. Like, okay, what is on those screens?
Looks
one
like
of those people has a map. The closer the woman who's on like the left. I mean, obviously she's right wing, but on the left of the right wingers, right?
Right.
I think that's a map. Is that like places she can get sushi? I think that's what she's looking at. The other person is on a Word document.
Yeah.
The one at the head of the table. Then the rest of them, we don't know what they're looking at. They could be looking at porn for all we know. They're definitely not because they work at Turning Point USA and they're anti-degeneracy.
Right.
But, they could be. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we know a little bit about what we...
That was so artificial.
It was.
Wait,
this whole
let's do
video
it.
is artificial.
Wait, no. We have to practice. We're going to work for Turning Point. Okay. On 3, we're both going to say, sassy boy. Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sassy boy.
We could definitely work for Turning Point. We're totally ready.
We did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did it.
We have to look forward to.
Sorry, Alex, it's top secret.
Oh, no, one thing.
One thing.
See what we have in store.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
This is all so artificial and I love it.
This is
Look at this room.
It's a pretty
How
good
many
room.
people work it there?
It's a lot of people.
They only have 332,000 subscribers, which like I don't want to say that that's nothing because it is something, but
Mhm.
like that's not that much money. That's not
Yeah.
that many views.
No.
How
It only
the
has
fuck do you have this many
5,000
people?
views. This video
Yeah,
only
this
has
video has
5,000 views.
5,000 views.
Jack Rock Freedom
understand.
Forum.
Like 10 of them are us.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just counting people.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people and like 25 desks
Yeah.
in
That's
this
kind of
room.
crazy.
Not
And
including
they all have
her.
multiple computers.
They all have multiple computers. This is not a cheap
And they're
room.
Macs. And they have a TV. They have like a studio.
Yeah.
Our Freedom Forum is a collaborative workspace that supports turning
Also,
points
none
for
of them are
system
like wearing
innovation
masks. This
and
is like Corona.
They don't believe in coronavirus, which is another thing we're going to show. We're going to show that in a different episode. There's a whole, well, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. It's
Okay.
truly,
spirit.
it's
And
an
the
experience.
average age of a Turning Point employee is in their early 20s.
Wow,
We're
they're
literally
hiring.
looking at the future
Wow, they're
of the
hiring
conservative
young
movement.
people.
Let's
Right?
be honest.
I can get
Exactly.
behind that.
We could get behind that.
Yeah.
I am a young. You are
I am also a
young
young who's looking for a job.
who's looking for a job
And
at a political workspace.
right. And like
I'm
us
telling you.
lefties don't like hire young people for some
I'm
reason.
telling you, we need to become right-wing grifters. It is
Okay.
necessary.
I'm being convinced. If
Directors
there's
Right?
money
Up
here,
to.
yeah.
Hi, Amy. Introduce
Amy.
yourself.
Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm the Administrative Director of our National Field Program.
How
Hey,
many
Amy.
chapters do we have now?
We just hit 1,000.
And what's your goal for 20?
Her office is like so nice.
It's cute.
It's such a cute little office.
I like the balloon.
I mean, like, okay, so admittedly, if we worked there, we would not have her office. She's like the head. We would not
Right.
be the head if we worked for Turning Point. We would be one of those people out there in the
Right.
large place, one of the 25.
I
But
think
she's got a
eventually,
really
I
nice
think
audience.
pretty quickly I could get my own office though.
You think?
Yeah.
Defend your
I'm
position.
a
Why?
I'm a pretty good kiss ass.
You are?
Yeah, and I'm pretty loyal, and I'm very
Mm.
dependable. So I
That's
feel like
interesting.
right away I would be head of the people in the thingy, like after maybe like 3 months, and then like
Interesting.
after like maybe 2 more months I could get my own office doing some bullshit thing.
So here's the problem. I'm not very good with authority.
Right.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
I don't think I could do that.
I could. I
I-
could
I-
easily.
Yeah, maybe.
2021.
1,000 high school chapters.
Nobody works harder than our National Field Program, and that isn't fake news.
Ooh.
Not
so
only is
uncomfortable.
Turning Point USA killing it on the ground, we're
Okay, so these are all the schools that they have employees at, or is this all the schools that they have chapters at?
I'm sure it's probably chapters.
Okay.
also
this is a lot of
dominating the
schools.
online
There's a lot of
space.
schools.
This past fall, we launched TPUSA.
Not Carnegie Mellon though, because fuck them. Were they?
It's
Do
a
they
lot
have a
of
chapter at
stupid
your school?
people.
Do they have a
No.
chapter? They do not.
No.
USA
Not even a little
Live,
bit.
which is a platform where contributors like me can create and share digital content.
Look at this screen.
Commentating on
It's
the
a pretty good
day's
screen.
news. And how insane!
What a
is
great
this?
screen.
This is going to be our
It's a cool
state-of-the-art
studio.
digital
Right?
studio.
I'd
where
love to
we
work in a
produce
studio.
I would love to have a studio.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what I have? A mic and a chair. That's what I
Yeah.
have.
And a computer.
I also have my stress toy. I also have a computer. That's a good point. I
Yeah.
also have my stress toy, which brings me great joy, and
Green screen.
the stress toy attachment, which is a green screen. But mostly it's just a stress
Ooh.
toy attachment. What it mostly its job is just to hold my stress toy.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what I have.
up to 3 hours of live content a day starting in the new year. And if you think this is cool, wait till you see what else we have going on in our digital productions. This is our Freeze family.
Ugh.
What?
Yes.
fuck? That's a literal television studio.
Yeah. It's a little.
It's a
an
literal
editing
television studio.
I would
Digital
love to be in
Command Center.
there.
It's a media
Right?
machine that
Yeah.
houses our control room, our production studio, and our podcast studio, which,
Like, I just
speaking
genuinely-
of, we should probably see who's recording right now.
And no one can ever explain why is it.
Ugh.
Charlie
could-
Kirk.
But like I could
Charlie
do that.
Kirk.
I could do that, right? I could like be in there and like
Just
get
kiss
some
his ass?
bullshit. Yeah, I could totally do that. Just for
I
the
feel like
money.
you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right. I think I need to work on my ability to kiss ass. I'm very
Yeah.
good at kissing ass for a short period of time. I think
Mhm.
that's probably the only reason I got into school because I did a very good interview. But other than that, like I don't think I'm able to just do it for a long period of time. I'm only able to like short spurts of kiss ass. I don't
Oh
think I
no,
could do it.
it's about getting to
extended-
know the person. It's about getting to know how they work and then manipulating what they like, doing things, figuring out what they like and doing them, and just doing it repeatedly. Yeah.
I guess so.
That the caravan is going north to America, but not south.
And this is what
There's just so many fucking spaces,
Yeah, this building's huge.
right?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's
They
like
could
a
just give
huge
me-
right-wing propaganda machine.
They could just give me like one of these rooms.
Yeah, I'd be good.
They
I'd
have
be
like
good with
12.
one.
They don't need
Yeah.
all 12.
No.
Just give me like one, you know?
Yeah.
Just one. I just need one.
we call the Hidden Gem of the Southwest, our fully operational production studio where we create tons of content you see online every day.
Like, and like
The
this is
Freedom Collection.
this is the thing. Like, they have all this stuff and they're like pumping out all of this like right-wing propaganda, and like so many
Yeah.
people consume it, and it's just like all over the place.
But can we talk about this idea of the Freedom Collection?
Okay.
That is not a good shirt.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
It's not
I'm
a good
not
shirt.
fan. I'm not a fan.
Like my show where I talk about pop culture without the leftist propaganda.
Okay. Let's
What
just
is
talk
his
about that as
paper
like,
thingies in the background? Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's
let's
so
just
funny.
talk about the theory behind that.
Oh my god.
I'm going to start a show called Poplitics, which I attempted to watch, but I got to be honest, it is so boring that we just can't watch it in front of the audience. It's just not worthy of the audience. It's not worthy
Thank
of
you.
me either. And I just wanted to save you from that experience. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. But let's just talk about that as an idea. I'm going to start a show to talk about pop culture without the propaganda, but I'm going to call it Poplitics, as in explicitly about politics.
Right.
That's the name of the show.
Right.
It's
yeah.
about politics,
Yeah.
but there's no leftist propaganda.
Right.
If you don't want to have the propaganda, go to Cheddar. Cheddar doesn't have propaganda. Cheddar is just fucking Cheddar. Cheddar just tells you what's going on and is like a bunch of upbeat, cutesy people being fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Cheddar is. If you want to do it, just like fucking, you know what? Like, there's so many, but Poplitics, what a ridiculous show.
Every single day. And by the way, to make all these shows work, there's a whole team that puts them together. Let me show
course
you
there
what I
is.
mean.
Of course there is.
Can
And
we like make
this is
this?
our-
I'd like to
Right?
have this.
I just want
I'd like
yeah.
to have. I could totally like make this. I could do that. Yeah.
You could do what?
I'm
Be in
about
charge
like just
of it?
like
You
yeah.
want to be Charlie Kirk?
I don't know if I want to be Charlie Kirk. I want to be like in here like doing this stuff.
Oh,
Like I want
that's
to. Can we like
interesting.
do this for the liberals? Can we like make a big liberal like propaganda house? Isn't that like fueling the fire though?
Oh, for sure, but I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I think I'm okay with it too, actually.
Right? Like, it's like,
Yeah, I think
oh
it's
no, the
fine.
horror of like the left finally having a place that like people are listening to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have, like, a
Award-winning
cool-
productions.
But there's
No,
so many
yeah.
fucking people here. Also,
There
that
are.
woman's not working. Her screen is black. You know why her screen is black right now? Because she just closed out of whatever she was doing before. And this guy is just looking at Mark Levin and Rudy Giuliani. Maybe he's working, but maybe that's just the background screensaver. I think neither of these people were working. I think she was on Facebook. I think he was on Reddit. Why do I think that? Because of gender roles. That's why. Okay.
We actually are working on SAS stuff right now. Don't
Okay,
look,
he is working. Never mind. But she's definitely not.
don't look, everybody. This is Joe, our director. Joe, tell them about all the awards that we've won.
Well, Alex, we have won multiple awards.
He just has the awards sitting on his desk in
Because of
front of
course
his
he does.
computer because of course he does. But let's unpack
But also,
that.
like, why is he working here with them? I feel like he should have his
Yeah.
own office if he's like in charge of all these people.
That's a fair point. Yeah, he is relatively important comparative to the other humans. But
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that. That's something that I do appreciate. I think that if we get to a point where we own all of the stuff, I think
Mhm.
that our head of technology should be there among the proletariat. I think that's important from a workplace like sort of ethos.
I need my
perspective.
own space though. I would need my own space.
Ugh, Are you sure?
Not like I don't know. Like I need like a separate table. You know, like I don't need to be at the end of the table. Like I need like a table in the back or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. But also, okay, let's unpack this. He has 3 monitors, but
Yeah.
he has the awards in front of one of the monitors. So he doesn't actually have 3 monitors. He has 2
No.
monitors that work.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of awards that he looks at on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Very confusing.
With W3 and Tellies in our Socialism Sucks series.
Kind of looks like we need a
Socialism
trophy case
sucks.
In our Socialism Sucks series.
for all these awards. In addition to the Dunn Freedom Center, we also have a second location
Because of course
here
they
in
do.
Phoenix that houses all of our distribution. Let's go take
Distribution of what?
Yeah.
What do they
Wait.
distribute?
a look. This is the
What do they distribute? I'm so confused.
I don't
We'll have to see.
Let's find out.
I didn't get this far in the video
Center.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What?
It's a 14,000 square
14,000 square feet?
facility where we print and ship all of our activism materials in-house.
Oh my God.
Activism
We're printing and
materials.
shipping millions of pieces of collateral each year, and since we do it here, it saves us hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we even have a store.
ShopTPUSA.com.
Oh my
This
god.
warehouse is where we ship out thousands of activism kits to students all over the country with
Can I have an activism kit? I want an activism kit.
I'd like an activism kit. Yeah.
No, let's get an activism kit. Fuck
Okay.
it, we don't need any work there. We just need an activism kit. We should do a live unpacking of the activism kit when we get the activism kit.
I'm about
I want
it,
an
sure.
activism kit.
Yeah, let's do it.
branding designed by our design team that
Oh
they
my
love
God.
to show off on
Okay, so
campus.
basically, yeah, that's who she is. That's what they have. They have a lot of stuff. Now let's see what they do with all that money.
Okay.
Okay. So this, you can't see the thing because there's the Wikipedia article about how this is total bullshit. But what it is Charlie Skewers. Climate change alarmism. Is climate change a real threat? Let's make this one full screen. I don't know why I didn't make the last one full screen, and I humbly apologize for that action. It was a terrible mistake, and I'm sorry. Let us watch.
You say that you support facts and not feelings, right? So I was wondering how you reconcile this with Trump's climate policy or environmental policy. Because this is a pretty significant threat, in my opinion, based on the evidence that I've seen and the research that I've seen.
Which threat exactly?
Yeah, what's
Climate
the threat?
change, specifically, and I know that's a politicized
Which
term,
threat
but I'm just
exactly?
interested to know what you think.
They changed it from global warming to, this is another thing Democrats suck, is they love linguistics. They changed it from global warming to climate change. Do you know why? Because when scientists started looking into global warming, right, there was actually no factual data to back.
No! That's not the reason! At all! That's just not true! The reason that they changed it was because it used to be called climate change, global warming, because the totality of the globe is warming. But they
Right.
realized that dumb fucks like you were like, no, El Nino, motherfuckers. Like, it turns out that South America is actually getting colder. And we're like, yeah, the reason that El Nino is getting worse, the reason that South America is getting colder is because, oh, would you look at that? The weather patterns are changing, and there's because of the ice melt. Why is the ice melting? Because the totality of the globe is getting warmer. Why is that happening? Because we have more carbon in the atmosphere. Why is that happening? Because we don't have a fucking carbon dividend because of fuckers like you. But like, okay, fine. So we're talking about the caps, the ice caps getting melted. And because
Right.
they melt, right, that means that there is now, hear me out, more cold water. Because when ice melts, it makes cold water. Okay.
Right.
So when you have more cold water, the result of that is that when it evaporates, oh, would you look at that? The effect is that you end up getting colder storms, and the colder storms, the colder winds that come with that as they come up into South America result in, yes, South America getting colder, specifically around Chile. That's true, 100%. That's obviously true. It's also true that much of Europe even is going to get colder. But the reason that's happening is because of the fucking ice caps fucking melting, which results in literally like hundreds of thousands of people dying. Why? Because it results in the whole ocean getting higher, and that's not good. She's the worst. I hate her. She's the
Up their
worst.
argument. So they changed to climate change because the climate's always changing, right?
No!
No. These people don't even like if you knew what climate meant, you would know that like that's not right.
It's not. Of course not. Of course not.
Right.
Right? It's there was. This is literally why they changed it.
That's literally
They were
not.
telling us a lie.
They weren't telling you a
extracting
lie.
our tax dollars for some Paris agreement. They had no actionable plan, and America was losing. So
Wait, okay, let's unpack that. Let's
Do
watch
we
that part
have
again.
to? Do we
Extracting our
have to?
tax dollars for some Paris Agreement. They had no actionable plan.
So they were
Extracting tax dollars for the Paris Agreement?
which number
Which
one
is
isn't true.
No.
Number two, they had no actionable plan, which is not true.
Right.
The Paris Agreement was an actionable plan.
Yeah.
Right. And number three, like what? Okay.
And America was losing. So you know what Trump did? He ripped it up, but we got out of there.
Paris Agreement.
I saw that happen. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's unpack like what's happening physically. Okay. This is a freshman in college. A college freshman, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
There are two of them and one of him. They are both on stage. He is at a mic, right? They can rip away his mic anytime that they want, right? There are two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are media trained. In the case of Charlie Kirk, he's been doing this shit for 7.5 years. In the case of Candace Owens, she's been doing this for like 5.5 years, right? They are extremely like this is literally their job to do this kind of shit. And he's a random college freshman.
Yeah.
If you want to have a conversation about climate, maybe talk to someone who understands it beyond the levels that a college freshman does. And maybe talk to someone when they actually have like control over their mic, when you can't just cut them off whenever you feel like, when they're like an actual like equal grounding. I get so mad when people are like, oh, Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, skewers, you know, a bunch of like college freshmen. They're freshmen. I'm not sure if people are aware, but freshmen are stupid. Why? Because they don't know anything. Why don't they know anything? Because no one's taught them anything. Why hasn't anyone taught anyone? Because they're children. Okay? Children do not have a prefrontal cortex. Okay? Children are stupid and it's not their fault. It's a genetic disorder to be a child. Okay? Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like if you want to have an argument, argue with someone your own size. This boy
also
is
like,
a boy.
He's also like, I made an actual point about climate change being an issue, and they're just like, no, it's not.
And they're like, did you know that they used to call it global warming?
Global warming?
Climate
change? Do you know that like the country is socialism and we're like getting out of socialism? So, like,
did you know that the only possible way to fix climate change, which by the way isn't real, is a literal communism? Did you know that it would require that we cancel capitalism? Oh my God.
No thanks.
Checkmate liberals. Okay.
But those are distinct like scientific terms. Like climate change, global warming is happening. Like there are curves.
It's okay.
You can look at the studies
Right,
yourself.
so,
There is a 99%.
let's talk about this. There's rising global temperatures. Let me ask you three
Okay. All right.
So you just
questions. Can you prove humans are contributing to it? Can you prove how long it's been
Yes.
happening and what the
Okay,
causation
wait, let's-
is?
Yes.
Can you
Okay, let's go
prove-
through each of these.
Right, so,
There is a 99%.
let's talk about this. There's rising global
Yes.
temperatures.
There's
Let me-
rising global temperatures.
Yes.
That's true, Charlie Kirk. We're glad. We're grateful that you're not stupid on that one individual component.
ask you three
I'm
quick
ready.
questions. Can you prove humans are contributing to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Why can we do that? Because we can look, here's the Industrial Revolution, right? And then all of a sudden, the climate was like, blah, 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 and then, boom!
Yeah.
So yes.
This
yes,
is not
we
a good
can.
flaboom. It's not a good flaboom.
It's not a good flaboom.
It's a very
right?
bad flaboom.
It's a bad flaboom.
Right,
It's
yeah.
a bad flaboom.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, Charlie Kirk, we can, because flaboom equal not ideal. That's how flabooms work. Okay? Okay. Not the ideal flaboom. Oh, okay.
Do it. Can you prove how long it's been happening?
Yes.
Yes.
As we just said, the flaboom. Industrial
Right.
Revolution, flaboom. That is
Right.
how the flaboom worked. We had
Right.
no industrial revolution for thousands of years. Society basically just burned some wood sometimes, and that's how we kept warm. And then all of a sudden, we had factories. All of a sudden, we had like electricity. All of a sudden, we had cars. Fuck cars. All of a sudden, we had all of this shit, and all of a sudden, it went flaboom. So yes, that is the reason. Yeah, we can show when it started.
the causation is, and can you prove that anything we can do can stop it?
Yes, we can prove that's anything we can do, we can stop it. What we can do is go back to what we were doing before the Industrial Revolution, which is to say, having much less carbon going into our atmosphere. Once we have less carbon going into our atmosphere, we can prove that that doesn't do as much shit as we're doing right now. How can we prove that? Because that's how it worked for the totality of human history until the Industrial Revolution. Before the Industrial Revolution, for all of those thousands of years, it was like this, and then the flaboom. So, but before the, if we go back to what was happening before the if we go back to what was happening before the flaboom, then we will anti-flaboom it. That's how flabooms work.
I mean, even like anecdotally, from my experience living on this earth, my short time, it's literally gotten warmer since I was a child. Like, it's basically, it's winter now. It's basically spring. Like, we're basically not going to have a winter, and it hasn't snowed that much. And it hasn't even like rained. Like, it hasn't rained that much at all last year. And it's like, this is like bad. Like, it's very bad for a lot of people.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's very bad. And we can get into why it's all bad, and we do in a different episode about the carbon dividend. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I just want to talk about the fact that Charlie Kirk is a fucking liar.
Right. Okay.
Those 3 questions.
I can. So the
You
first
can
part.
prove humans are contributing.
Well, I'm just a freshman at college, but.
That is such a reasonable answer. Can you prove that it's? And he's just like, well, I am a freshman in college, so can I do it? No.
But I can.
Can it be done?
He just said I can. I can prove it.
But then he's going to bring up another reasonable point, which is.
Well, obviously, but the reason is no one can. The answer to those 3 questions are no one can.
Kind of how science works.
Which is obviously true. He's
Kind
making
of
a
how
point.
science works.
You can't prove anything. Like we don't have proof that gravity is a thing. So when I said earlier that we can prove because of the flaboom, he's right. That's not proof, right? I'm saying that we can build a very good theory based on that. But fucking gravity is a theory, okay?
Right.
Everything's a theory. The idea that like because we can't prove it in science, we can't prove that the Earth isn't flat in accordance to science. We can't prove it, right? Everything's a theory. Literally everything is a theory. You can't, that's not how fucking science works.
Yeah, but if you have two things that are like, one is seemingly causing the other thing to happen, then you kind of got to go with that.
Right, and the problem is that like this kid is saying this from a scientific perspective, that we can't prove anything. But Charlie Kirk is like, if you can't prove it, it's basically the same as saying SpongeBob SquarePants is real. And I'm just like, that's not what science means. Just because you can't prove anything, which is true of literally everything, doesn't mean that fucking gravity is equally legitimate as my belief that if I drop this thing because it's made of foam, it will go up, right? Like, that's not the same.
No,
it's not the same at all. Oh, I hate him.
Prove humans are contributing using the scientific method.
Wait, could I?
So now, note that this is a kid, right? So the kid doesn't recognize like how mics work, doesn't understand how the power dynamic is working here. So he's trying to talk to like the other human being in the room, not recognizing that right now what he's actually doing is talking to the audience, which is to say us. He's talking to the video, but he's not actually talking to the video. Charlie knows exactly what he's talking to because Charlie's done this before. Charlie's done this before many times, but this kid doesn't recognize that. So he's already messing up.
Could I just adjust? You can adjust me.
Well,
I mean, okay.
Wait, hold on. We'll do this after. No, this is important. Go ahead.
We can talk after too.
No, but here's the question. Here's the 3 main questions: is can you prove humans are contributing? Can you prove that what we're going to do is actually going to affect global temperatures positively or negatively? And then at what cost? Are we going to completely?
They're the worst. So this is like their whole thing. For context, they get a bunch of their money from literal freaking oil magnates. They're the worst. Also, did you know that RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race owns 60,000 acres and is a fracking tycoon?
Huh. I did not know that.
I learned that yesterday. RuPaul is a fracking magnate. Very interesting news. Okay, then we have to watch this one because this one is ridiculous also. This is the last one from Turning Point, and there's one more.
Gilbert, get in here. What's on your face, bro?
For your information, this is called How to Save a Life. Maybe if you weren't...
Take it off.
Excuse me?
Oh, you heard me, Gilbert. Get it off of your stupid face. Now.
I'll have you know that this gives me a 30% chance of stopping the spread.
Well, I'll have you know that this gives me a 30% chance of bringing every rifle I own to the office again and making you cry.
Fine.
What?
See you at lunch, buddy.
That's their intro.
Did he just threaten to kill him?
He threatened to kill an employee because the employee was. That's their intro. That's the full intro. And then they're like, America, freedom, America.
Literally insane.
That's their fucking intro.
Oh.
They're like, oh my God.
What?
Their intro.
The intro to a YouTube video was this man threatening to murder this other man for wearing a mask.
I genuinely.
What?
What the fuck? Like, okay.
What?
What is their ideology? Because all of their talking points about masks are like, if you want to wear a mask, that's fine, but you shouldn't make me wear a mask, which is of course ridiculous because like masks don't work that way, right? It's the same as like fucking secondhand smoking, right? Like if you're smoking and I'm in the room, it is materially indistinct from forcing me to smoke because I am getting the same cancerous experience
you're literally
as though
inhaling
I'm literally inhaling their smoke. Similarly, in a same exact literal sense, right? If you're not wearing
inhaling
a mask,
someone's
I am
breath.
inhaling someone's breath, and if I'm inhaling your breath and you're fucking COVID, then I'm potentially getting COVID, which is not good. I don't want to get COVID, right? So that's why you also need to wear a mask because fucking like that's how it works, right? That's the reason that there's like a moral. Here's my hot take. I don't think that the society has a right to tell me I have to wear pants. That's bullshit. But society definitely, because like I'm not hurting anyone if I don't wear pants, right? But society definitely has a reasonable argument to be made that like I do have to wear a mask because fucking I could kill people if I don't wear a mask.
Right.
It's just the exact same as secondhand smoke. But this guy isn't doing the argument of, bro, if I want to smoke, I should be able to smoke wherever I want all the time. And like, if you don't want to smoke, then you don't have to smoke. No, what he's saying is, fuck you, you have to smoke.
Yeah.
What is the logic
Or I'll
there?
kill you.
Or I'll get all of my guns and kill you.
That's
what the
insane.
fuck?
That's
what
insane.
The fuck? These people are insane.
Oh my
They're
God.
crazy. And here's the problem. These are the good conservatives. Now we need to watch for 4 minutes the bad conservatives. This is Nathaniel Abbott. Okay.
Wait. This is of the bad conservatives?
This is a bad conservative.
And we didn't we didn't just watch the bad conservatives?
No.
So it gets worse?
Listen, it gets so much worse. Those are the good conservatives.
no.
We're about to watch the bad conservatives. Are you ready?
no.
Let's ready. We're ready.
Conservatism's changing,
Ow, that was super loud. We're going to make it quieter. That hurt my feelings.
Grandpa, and you better get with the times. Conservatism used to be old and boring and about stupid stuff, like personal strength and family values and God. But now, thanks to TPUSA, conservatism is cash cannons and drag queens and energy drinks and low taxes, and that's how it's supposed to be. So this last weekend, TPUSA had their little student action summit thing in Florida, where they allegedly had the top conservative speakers, which is funny because I didn't get invited to speak.
I also
don't really know why that was. Maybe Charlie Kirk is still cheese that I T-posed on him at Politicon. Who knows? But either way, the conference went on without me, and just like everything else that I'm not in charge of, it didn't go so well. There was a large number of students who were barred from entering because of an order from the mayor.
Okay, so for context, this is before COVID, so the fact that we shouldn't hold them to account for that giant crowd.
Okay.
A weird performance by the employees of an energy drink company.
Why is that a problem? Why is he against this?
Oh, yeah.
There was a strange man dancing on the stage.
Why is he against drag? These people are the worst.
Allegedly, there was rampant drug and alcohol use, which I don't personally have documented evidence of, but it's convenient to my worldview, so I'm just going to believe that it happened. All of this at what's supposed to be a conservative event run by a conservative organization.
I don't understand. Like, what part of that are they opposed to?
Yeah.
Why are you opposed to this?
What was bad about that? It sounds like fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd like
if I'm
to
gonna
have
work-
money like
exactly. I love it when people throw money at me.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Awesome.
By the way, it does sound like they're literally paying off children to be members of the conservative movement, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Fucking pay me.
That's fine.
Pay me. Listen, I am for sale. I'm always for sale.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm expensive as fuck. Maybe I'm certainly more expensive to work for Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA than I would be to work for like Dave Paquin or some shit. But yeah, I would work for these people if they give me enough money. So why is it a problem that they're giving money to people? And why is it a problem that there's cute ladies dancing and throwing money at people? Why is it a problem that there's a drag queen? I don't understand. All of this just seems like normal fun. Like, why are people opposed to this? Isn't like all conservatism supposed to be about like, oh, just let people live and let live, right? Like, why?
No. Conservatism is live and let live how I want you to live.
I don't understand these people.
Yeah.
See, what TPUSA basically is at this point is a mixture of what's supposed to be conservative values with our degenerating pop culture, the product of which is very similar to that of when you could cook food in Webkinz, but if you didn't follow a proper recipe, instead of getting actual food, you just got this bowl of goop. That's what TPUSA is.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I didn't understand that analogy.
What's his issue?
Maybe if we listen more, we'll see the issue.
And what that equates to in real life is doing a fantastic job of ignoring every important cultural issue and instead focusing solely on the economic issues.
What are the important cultural issues?
That you
Is he just does it just not like the drag queens?
I don't know.
And what's the cultural issue? Like, if you were anti-gay marriage, like that's wrong, but an opinion.
Sure.
Right? That is a political argument.
It's potentially a cultural issue you could have.
It's a potentially cultural issue.
Yeah.
But do you want to make it illegal for men to wear dresses? Like, what's the cultural issue around drag queens existing? Because what I saw on that stage wasn't like drag queens being like, oh, like we should, be allowed to be trans and, use the bathroom that we want to use or some shit. That wasn't that's a political issue, right?
Sure.
Like where people are allowed to fucking poop is apparently a political issue. Sure.
Right.
Like, I don't think it should be a political issue, but I guess it is. Sure. It's a political issue. What's the political issue about drag queens existing? Like, how the left is always they're like against my existence. Normally I'm like, fuck you. Like, this is ridiculous. People just don't like you. That's different than being against your existence. No, this person is against your existence as a drag queen.
Right.
Why? Why are you against the existence of drag queens? Do you not like Steven Crowder? Steven Crowder is in drag all the time.
Corporate donors care about. Big government sucks, and socialism sucks too. We play offensive with a sense of urgency to win America's culture war. Really? Can you explain to me how Alex Clark doing the WAP dance on Instagram Reels for a merch plug is going to help us win the culture?
Alex dance moves aren't cute, but our merch is. Link in our bio. Get yours before it sells out. So there exists a cute girl trying to sell merch. What's the problem? I don't.
Because I did the math.
She's doing the WAP, and that's like a sexual thing, and sex is bad.
Sex is why?
I don't know.
Why is sex
Don't
bad?
conservatives think that sex is bad?
I guess so, but why? Why is sex bad?
I don't know.
They've never given me an argument.
They haven't really.
I just need an argument. Because if there's an argument, I can argue against it. But when he just says, obviously it's bad that cute girl dancing not very well. I see cute girl dancing not very well. Why is this a problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem? I don't understand.
Continue.
It's going to help us win the culture war? Because I did the math, and that just doesn't really add up. Which, by the way, I simply just posted that clip on Twitter, with some commentary, I suppose, and she blocked me. So, hoe's mad, I guess, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what these
She's
people...
mad at you because you called her a hoe because she was dancing to sell merch for her job. That's why she's mad at you. That's
Also,
why she blocked
what
you.
math? What math?
No math. No math was done. No math was done. Oh, these people are the worst.
That's helping conservatives win the culture war, because these people aren't really creating a cultural movement. They're really just posting cringe.
Y'all mind if I have a good week? Because this is the mood when it's T-minus 4 days until SAS.
I actually really like that. That was a lot of fun.
What the fuck is SAS?
Oh, that's the Student Action Summit.
You
don't know all of the lingo of the far right, Houston. This is ridiculous. You have to know all of the lingo of the far right.
I'm learning.
You're learning. It's important. Yeah.
It's like beard inception. She was supposed to be his beard, but now he's her beard, and he doesn't even have a beard.
I seriously don't get why people watch her. She's not funny. Her takes are no good.
You just clipped.
Is it literally just because she's prettier than me? Is that what it is?
Just clip 2 random clips out of context. Yeah, if you clip 2 random clips out of context, anyone will look like an idiot. I don't understand. I could clip out of. Well, actually, I could clip anything out of this. I could just show this full video and you'd look like an idiot. But like any fucking. I hate people.
I don't know. But either way, does anyone really think that the conservative movement is getting any value from people like this? Never forget, a conservative e-girl is still just an e-girl. And e-girls aren't going to help you win any culture wars. But
wait, so the culture war is against pretty girls online?
What is this culture war? He keeps talking about a culture war, but I don't
talking about the culture war.
Understand.
If you don't like pretty girls, look up some pretty boys on the internet. There's plenty of pretty boys on the internet. I don't understand why he's against the existence of pretty people. Pretty people are fun. We like pretty people. They bring us joy. What's wrong with pretty people? I don't understand. They're so like you can't simultaneously like make fun of like Lena Dunham and all of the other like left-wing people for being ugly women, and then also get mad when there exist pretty conservatives. Right. I don't understand. I genuinely like. What is their narrative here?
I don't know.
What's their narrative? I don't understand.
To win a culture war or to even fight one, I feel like you need to have created some sort of new counterculture, something different to contend with the mainstream. And since TPUSA has made that their brand, we got to ask.
The mainstream is pretty people
existing. What's their
existing.
counterculture? As far as I can tell, it's neon glow text and socialism bad.
Okay, neon glow text? Why are they against neon glow text? How is everything part of their culture war when they don't explain their culture war? I just want an explanation. If they could just give me an explanation of like, here is the culture war. This is why when people say happy holidays, it's a direct attack on Christmas. Here is the reason why like glowing text is a direct attack on Christianity. Here is the reason that like when people say socialism sucks, even though I'm a far right person who hates socialism, this is why that is a direct attack on like, and it's basically degeneracy. And here's why degeneracy is wrong. And here's like I just want an explainer. I just want an explainer because they just like assume that I already agree with them in all of their arguments, and it's so frustrating because I don't understand their arguments. I can't even fix their opinions because I don't know what their opinions are.
All right, if we're gonna watch this, we gotta get through it. We gotta get through it.
Is that the best you got? Because seriously, their insistence of socialism being bad while ignoring every other issue is in a way making me a bit more open-minded to socialism. And I'm not joking. Like, what are the options here? We got a conservative movement that takes no issue with getting sponsored by an energy drink company that has ads full of bikini-clad girls dancing.
Okay. You are a conservative.
Yeah.
But you see pretty conservatives selling energy drinks.
Yeah.
And so that makes you consider becoming a socialist.
Yeah, because like they're okay with the sexual degeneracy.
So he doesn't care about any economic policy.
No, because it's a culture. Okay, it's the culture war.
The only thing he cares about is the sexual degeneracy. Also, I'm a big fan of the fact that we stopped at this exact spot. I'm going to keep it here for as long as we can. But like, okay, so he's against the existence of the sexual degeneracy.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's the reason he's a conservative, but he'll become a liberal in order to get away, or not even a liberal, a leftist rather, to get away from the conservatives who have pretty people exist.
Yes.
but also the reason that he's a conservative is because he thinks that the left has pretty people.
No, he hasn't said that so far anyway. So that
Conservative
that's why,
values are supposed
and
to.
that's why he's okay with becoming a leftist, because the lefts don't endorse
No,
these
he just
pretty people.
He just hates sex.
Yeah.
But we do have pretty people on the left. AOC is objectively
But they're not like
gorgeous.
flaunting the pretty. They're like we don't have AOC in a bikini like trying to sell energy drinks to people.
I see.
I think is what he's saying.
So is he anti-capitalism? Is he against the selling of the energy drinks?
No,
or is
he's
he
against the flaunting the pretty women to get people to buy energy drinks.
Why?
Because that's like feeding into men's like sexual energy, and that's bad.
Good. Why
No, that's
is it bad?
It's against the culture war.
But what's the culture war? I'm so confused. The whole culture war is just don't have fun, don't see pretty people being pretty.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's the whole culture war.
That's the whole culture war, yeah.
I'm on team pretty people.
EDM music or socialism, whatever that is. I don't know. Who even knows what that is?
Who even knows what that is? Take a fucking economics course.
I don't know.
You don't know what socialism is.
Google it.
Just fucking like
Google
socialism to Wikipedia. Go to Wikipedia and just be like, oh, okay. So that's what the socialism is. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Or like, what is socialism?
Charlie Kirk doesn't like it, but he's cringe and like 30. So what does he know? And I don't respect him. So even if he did ask me to speak at a stupid, cringe, degenerate event, I wouldn't do it, no matter how much money he was going to pay me, because it's not about the money. Okay. It would depend on how much money he was going to pay me.
I think we should leave it there, because it would also depend on how much money he was willing to give me, because I too would potentially become a member of Turning Point USA, depending on how much money. So here's the question. Based on all of that, how much money do you need to get paid to work for Turning Point USA and genuinely not try to like fuck them over from the inside, genuinely just work for Turning Point USA for a year?
I don't know if I could not try and fuck them over. Or what do you mean? For a year?
For a year. You have to genuinely put your best effort forward and like genuinely do all of the work they want you to do as best as you possibly can for a full year at Turning Point USA. What's your number?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough question. What do you say?
$175. No, I would still try to fuck them over at 175. I would definitely work for them for 175, but I would try to fuck them over for 175. I would not try to fuck them over if they gave me $250.
Okay.
250,000.
250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a year. After that, immediately following that year, I would devote the rest of my life to fucking over Turning Point USA. But for that year, I wouldn't fuck them over.
That sounds good. I could get on board with that. Yeah.
250.
Yeah.
250,000. All right, Charlie Kirk, balls in your court, man. All right, give us $500K in total, and the two of us will podcast as hard as we can. All right, to ensure the dominance of the anti-sexual degeneracy right. And we will ensure that never again do cute girls, go on your stage and try to sell your merch and, give money to college kids and like attempt to have fun, because fun is bad, at least for that year.
I think that's it for this one.
That's it.
So
you're the one in charge of ending the recording, so it's up to you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.